Howdy folks, it's Digital Hunting Gear Guy. A while ago I got this TLR-1 HL. Actually what happened is I was looking for a gun light. I was asking on Discord what kind I should get. Someone had one of these and said, hey, do you want to buy one secondhand? And I jumped on it because it was a good price. And it's a pretty good light. It's waterproof, it's nicely clicky. The light output is really good off of it. It's got a nice flood, yada yada. Go watch that video if you're interested in it. But then I thought it'd be interesting to compare it to one of the Fleabay ones. So I went on eBay and I didn't get the knockoff of these because I couldn't find them at the time. Instead, I got the knockoff of the Surefire X300U-A. And it comes in this cute little box. I might use this for like an Arduino project or something like that afterwards, just because it's like very conveniently sized. Comes with a little lens wipe to get the carbon off of it, and it comes with the light itself. Now, normally these things would come with quite a few other extra accessories to put on whatever you wanted to mount it on. And it's very lightweight as well. This one measured out at 89 grams. It should be 113, so it's about a third lighter than it should be. And you can kind of feel it in some of the materials that are on it. Not very good, but why don't we go ahead and put some batteries in this thing. So we're just going to hit this, this toggle on there. That's going to allow us access to the battery compartment. That doesn't feel very good. It's just operating off this single hinge pin at the back. And we've also got the battery compartment in here. Let's get a little bit of light on there just so you can kind of see what's going on. You can kind of see the chips in there. Not usually something you'd see on the real one. So why don't we go ahead and put some batteries in it. So that is there, which is probably something that's on the real one that this is knocking off. But let's go ahead and latch that shut. That latches very nicely. Oh, okay, that's on. Oh, this tail. Now, I cracked this thing open beforehand and tried it out. The tail switch is awful. It is just the worst. That is, I don't know, kind of on. There's no momentary. It will switch on. It's got all these like weird like half modes, and it makes this weird squeaking sound. Not very good. Now the real one would come with a couple of different plates with the different keys, one for Picatinny and one for universal for your Glocks and that kind of thing. This one just comes with this plate, and the idea with this one is you pull it down as you slide it onto whatever rail you're putting it on, which, I mean, the idea is sound. This plate is undersized. I found this key undersized for the Shadow 2. I tried putting it on. I'll try it on the Glock here in a little bit, but not very good. Primarily, the problem with this thing is that the tail switch is so difficult to, like, I can't push it up right now. Oh, it's going on. Interesting. Look at that. I have it on center. Oh, now it's not working at all. Nope. I can push it down a little bit. Can't push it up. I wouldn't really trust one of these things. This is not a trustable light. Maybe it's because it's bent. Maybe they bent it too much. I can't bend it back. Boy, I'd love to get in there and see what's going on. Oh, look at that. Nothing. That looks like it should be on. Nothing. And this wasn't the cheapest one they had. They had ones that were around $30. This one was around $40 US. And it's a piece of shit. This is a piece of shit light. I would really not recommend not getting one of these. I would recommend getting one of the name brand ones. Like this tail switch assembly is kind of a hard thing to do. You can't really cheap out on it. And this one's so badly cheaped out on, and it's so awful to try to use. I really couldn't recommend one of these things. And that's before shooting it and finding if it handles the recoil and that kind of thing. Maybe I can simulate the recoil on this. So what I'm gonna do is water test this and then do a recoil simulation test to see if it would at least hold up to that. All right, I don't know how tall this thing is, but I'm gonna turn these things on. They shouldn't heat up because now they're gonna be water cooled. Now let's see if they continue to work. Looks like our fakey Fleabay version has some air bubbles coming out of it, which means water is going in. Not good. Our TLR HL1, fine. Fleabay fakey, losing air, gaining water. All right, let's get that guy out of here. Now it is still on. I can still see that it's on, but I saw a lot of air bubbles coming out of there. So actually, let me turn this other one off, just so that we don't have overexposure. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Let's see. Yeah, we've got quite a bit of water in there, and so this seal here did not seal against water, and that didn't work. So I'm just going to pop that off to the side. Let's see if our more expensive flashlight worked better. So we're just going to unlock that guy, and it's bone dry in there. It's fine. So expensive flashlight 1, cheap flashlight 0. All right, let's see if it'll work with some impacts. And really what I'm just testing here is to see if it'll take an impact and still stay on. Not really. That switch isn't really holding on if it takes just little recoils. So next we'll go up to a test. Now we're going to test this thing. I'd like to test it for heat resistance, but right now it's kind of cold outside. So we're just going to accelerate the heat on this flashlight to see how it does with some high heat. It's too cold outside right now to do a proper heat test. It's about -30, -40 with wind chill, which in American Fahrenheit is -40. So we're just going to speed up the heating process just to test how well this knockoff works with a little bit of heat. Doing pretty good. A little bit of smoke coming out. That could be expected if it was really hot. Oh, light went out. Maybe that was the thermal cutoff. Actually, the light's still on. Oh, look at that. Turned on brighter again. Maybe it likes the heat. Getting some water out of there. Maybe that's that water that came out earlier. Now that the seal has failed, it's coming right out. Well, I guess it kind of passed. All right, next I just want to do a basic impact test just to see how it's going. Switch only really works one way now. That's all it really worked the other way. But even after our scientific heat test, the mechanism here is still working, so it still would go on if you need it to. So I'm just going to put it there. Let's do our quick little impact test. Okay, it's rapidly disassembled itself for some reason with that impact, but I think it'll just go back right on. Let's just see here. Yeah, huh? Look at that. Okay, let's try another. Oh, that part looks broken. Let's just see if it'll take another impact on here. So you can see there that after just some basic testing, the flashlight's not doing very well. So it's not really as durable as some of the more name brand ones that I have not tested, but I just assume would take all the same abuse that we just put this one through. Now that being said, it still is running. You can still get it to work just by kind of mashing down on this momentary switch. Now it's momentary switch. It didn't have that feature before. It has that feature now. All you do is just press down on it, and it works just fine. Realistically, I wouldn't recommend one of these things. The tail switch was garbage. This is some bullshit on the tail switch here, and for that reason, I don't think I'd get it. The water ingress was obvious. Wasn't very good. Kind of surprised that it's still running right now. I can hear the batteries in here sizzling. They're maybe making some little like gurgling noises. So I should probably throw this out in the back before it starts on fire, because these are lithium batteries in here. But anyways, don't buy the crappy Surefire knockoffs off eBay. Thanks for watching.